Alright guys, I'm over at the Caesars Forum. This is new for this year for SHOT Show. They actually have connected the Sands Expo over across the street to the Caesars Forums. It's really nice in here. We're at the Leapers booth. A lot of people don't know. They're from Michigan, USA. And here's a look at their booth over here. Beautifully done. Beautiful halo up here. And we're going to be checking out a few new things. Back here in that corner is their new Pro line of scopes. I had a chance to look through one, and it's Japanese or German glass that they're working with. That's going to be the Pro line scopes. We're going to have a look at that. It's so clear. The viewing field is so massive. The ring in that scope is so thin. I'm going to try to get some views for you, but let's have a look at some of the accessories that I was looking at. All right, let's have a look at some ring mounts here. So I did a review of these guys right here, these cantilever mounts, and it just had the regular bolts here. But they released a new version of them with these quick release tabs. Exactly the same in there, but you're gonna notice these tabs, put it down here, they close right over left like this, inwards. And the reason they did this is instead of the latches folding in one direction where they can possibly snag on something, now they close inwards. So there's no snag points on the outside, and it gives you more space on both sides. So that's a really interesting development they made there with those quick release tabs. Interesting design with that. All right there is the logo of the new Integrex line of scopes. Here's what it looks like. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. Let's have a look at the spelling on this, Integrex. All right, the one I got to look at was this guy right here. This is the 1:8. And let me see if I can get you guys a shot right in here. No, that's not gonna work. The eye relief on this scope that I'm really looking at, this 1:8, is absolutely ridiculous. The clarity is unbelievable. You got these big turrets in here, very easy to maneuver, and I can't believe how clear and how big the field of vision is on these. The throw lever, very easy to use, very smooth to change your focus. First focal plane. Oh, yeah, so smooth. These are gonna be big. New line of scopes. Here's a closer look at the new Integrex logo. So if you see that around, those are the scopes there. All right, one of the things you can't see about the scope that I just showed you is it's sitting on these rings, these newly developed rings here. So it's a quick release. You can see the tab here. But one of the keys is there's this detent right down in here. There's also a slot on the bottom of these scopes here where it helps you center it, just like this. So as you're trying to set your scope in, it sits into this channel so you can tighten it down and zero your scope a lot easier. And that's what these rings right here, and that's what that ball detent does, is it sits right on the bottom of the scope. There's that little kind of slot on the scope. So that's a nice new development for them with these rings. This is a pretty sweet looking bag too by UTG. Check that out. And I was not expecting this. Apparently UTG Leapers has always had the ability to make custom uppers and lowers. Look at these billets. So apparently they're taking orders. So if you need some custom stuff done for uppers and lowers, they're going to be able to do that for you. All right, over to the AK stuff.
Thank you.
More specifically, this buttstock. Folds to the right. You have an adjustment out here where you hit this lever, and depending on how far you set this limiter, it'll pop out there every single time and lock in. You have different butt pads or buttstock pads that you can put in here, and it's self-adjusting. So as you're tightening it in, it'll expand into the rear of the receiver there. That's pretty neat. You also have a new side rail that's self-adjusting. So you're gonna push this down and turn it in to lock that down. They also got new Glock magazines. Have a look at this guy right here. So this is their personal carbine magazine. That's a 33 rounder. They also have new Glock magazines. So over here you would have your 33 rounder, 17 and 15. And that's what those look like. Of course, blue followers. Can't wait to try those out. And then lastly, look at these giant, if you got them, 762 by 51. Look at the size difference between those. I also really like the consistency in how they're doing these. So if you look at that, and you look at the personal carbine, very consistent. Very consistent. These magazines are really good. The review I did on these, you know, I dropped them, I ran them over, I dropped them on Air 500 plates. I really abused them, and they work just absolutely fine. Absolutely fine.